So we're going to take a few minutes here and take a look at what the answers that you have written for activity 29 on page 104. And here we have on the front board number 2. And I started for you. Para ir al monumento a Montesinos. Para ir al monumento a Montesinos. Salga del parque, and our authors have included that here, y doble a la derecha por el palo hincado. Siga adelante por 5 cuadras y doble a la izquierda por el malecón. Sigue derecho por 5 cuadras. Está a la derecha. Now, turn to your partner and tell him or her if you think there's anything in here that needs to be fixed. Based on the example we just did with number 1, based on the example that's there, tell your partner if there's something here that you think needs to be fixed. Quick, here you go. Okay, does someone have any suggestions? Are there suggestions out there about things that we should fix here? Because I think there are a couple of things. First of all, let's verify, are the directions correct? Do we get there following these directions? Yes. There's some grammatical things that we should fix. Based on the model that we have for number 1 and the model that we have above that, and the information that's in the box on page 104, there's some minor differences or minor adjustments that we should make to this set of directions. These are lovely directions. They're nice and complete. But there's a word here or there that needs to be fixed. Any suggestions? Right. This first pour, it says turn right along Palo Hincado. But you should say turn right on or onto. So instead of por, this should be en. And you wouldn't need the L here, but you could say la calle Palo Hincado. You could say, but we don't know whether it's a street or a boulevard or an avenue. And so I like that they've left that off. Just doble a la derecha en Palo Hincado rather than por Palo Hincado. All right? Anything else that you would like to fix about this to make it better? What do we got? You don't. When you are saying go straight 5 blocks, you aren't going to say 4 or 5 blocks. Siga adelante 5 cuadras. Y doble a la izquierda. I'm old and hard of hearing. En el malecón. Onto. Okay, onto el malecón. If you use La Avenida Jorge Washington, you would be in the same one. Okay? Sigue derecho por 5 cuadras. Clase? Take the port up. 5 cuadras. Está a la derecha. Okay, are you afraid to say anything because the camera is on? They can't hear you unless they hear you through my mic. Okay? So why is it so quiet out there? You're acting like you have never learned any of this before. Grace, are you afraid of me? Don't be afraid of me. Right? We're trying to improve. Why are we trying to improve it? Why are we doing this public kind of correction? Right, so that when we do this on a quiz, we get it right. When we do this on the test, we get it right. Everybody knows what's right and wrong. Don't be insulted if you do something here and we fix it in front of everybody. You are all brilliant students out there. You are all brilliant students. Do brilliant people make mistakes? Yeah, we sure do. We make mistakes and we're trying to fix them. So you shouldn't don't be offended when we fix something that's on the board, and don't be afraid to offer constructive criticism to a classmate in order to make their work better. It should never be like that. I'm going to walk out of camera range, but my friends will still be able to hear me. And let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, para ir al Parque Colón. Salga del Parque y. Now our authors here didn't include the Salga del Parque y, but they should have. Okay? Salga del Parque y siga adelante 7 cuadras. Está a la derecha de la calle. Can you get there following these directions? How many of you say, yeah, I could get there following those directions? Uh-oh. Only one person. No, nobody. Uh-oh. What's the major problem that does not allow us to follow these directions? Angelita. A street name would be nice, because it depends which direction you're facing in that plaza, what street is to you. If I'm facing this direction, let me get up here so my friends in the other class can see me. If I am facing this direction, then that is straight ahead, siga adelante. But if I'm facing this direction and you say siga adelante and you mean that way, you're in trouble, right? They're not going to get there. So we need to see a street name. Siga adelante 7 cuadras en el Conde. Okay, en el Conde or en Conde. Okay. Oh, it does say El Conde. I'm sorry. My bad. En el Conde. Está a la derecha de la calle. Anything else you'd like to adjust here? Yes, ma'am. 7 isn't enough blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, it's not enough blocks. It has to be at least 8, depending on your perspective of where they are in the plaza. So, 7 needs to be bumped up a little bit. Let's say at least 8. Depends again on your perspective. Yeah. Aren't city blocks all different sizes? No, they're not all the same. They're all different sizes. City blocks. They're just defined by the intersections of streets. Right? Okay. Está a la derecha de la calle. Any other adjustments? Do you need these words, de la calle? I think that's redundant. I think that's just está a la derecha, it's to the right. Okay? Could you say, no, está a la derecha. That works. Alright, número 4. Para ir a la torre del homenaje, salga del parque y tome el conde al cruce de las damas con el conde. Luego, doble a la derecha, estará a la izquierda. Now, can you get there following these directions? Leave the park and take El Conde to the intersection of Las Damas with El Conde. Then turn right. It will be on the left. Can we get there following these directions? Yes, we can. Is there anything about these directions that should be adjusted or improved? Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. One of the good things about giving directions is to give the same information in multiple ways so that your listener who's unfamiliar with the city or unfamiliar where they're going has multiple measurements for what they're looking for. So you might want to include right here, Torre del Conde, however many blocks it is, 11 cuadras, media milla, half a mile, 30 millas, 30 miles, how long it is, okay, al cruce, no es la cruce, o el cruce, no me acuerdo, es femenina, el cruce, ok, está bien, gracias, al cruce, to this intersection of Las Damas with El Conde. Do you have to say the name of the street that you're on again? Could you make this better by saying Al Cruce con Las Damas, and then you can get rid of those other words. To the intersection with Las Damas. Would that make sense to you? Yeah, and it's less repetitive. Okay, so we get rid of this. Al cruce con Las Damas. Luego, doble a la derecha. Estará a la izquierda. They use the future tense here. Have you learned the future tense? We mentioned it the other day. Estará a la izquierda. You could just use está a la izquierda. It is to the left. It is to the left. Ok, gracias. Usando el mismo mapa, vamos a hacer una actividad de escuchar. Leen ustedes las instrucciones para la actividad 30. ¿A dónde van? ¿Sí? Lee las instrucciones y el modelo con tu pareja y traduzcan ustedes las instrucciones al inglés.